Hey there everybody, Don Evans here from WatchReport.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Bravur Watches BW001. Now there's a lot of information that I want to try and convey in this review and give you as much of the information as possible. I actually have a bunch of things written down, which is something that I normally don't do when I'm doing a video review, but I want to make sure that I don't forget anything. So let me give you the specifications as always first. And because, hey, you might not want to watch the rest of the video if it's not for you. You are looking at a 41mm case. 48mm lug to lug, 20mm lug width, 11mm in thickness, a Ronda 715 Swiss-made quartz movement, and a sapphire crystal. Your price listed on the website is $662 for this variation, that is in USD dollars. This is the gray dial variation. If you look at the website, you're going to see, I believe it's at least 5 different variations. Also a bunch, at least 6 different strap configurations, and they are all leather, vegetable tanned leather straps. So let me give you a close-up look at the dial here before I go ahead and start rambling on about all the things I want to discuss. So there you can see you have the steel applied markers there, and these are really what I call like a dark turquoise style of color of hands. If I pull this out, it is a push-pull crown. There you could see the date located at the 6 o'clock position. Now, the dial is very nice, and there you can see that domed sapphire crystal, but when I turn the watch to the side, I think that's where you're going to see where a lot of the nice design comes from with this watch. And you do have screw lugs. You can see the design is the same here on the non-crown side of the case. Moving around, here is a look at the case back. Now you can see right here on the back of this, it says Swedish Soul and Swiss Heart. And that is one of the things that I want to discuss here about this Bravur BW001 watch, is the fact that it is made in Switzerland. Now, some of the information that I'm going to give you is information given to me directly by the company, and of course things that I'm talking about and everything, you know, my opinions are of course going to be subjective. So one of the first things I want to get out of the way is, yep, $662, almost $700 when you look at it, you know, rounding up, for a Ronda 715 quartz movement. You must be sitting there going, what? Are these people high? Well, not really. You have to understand, and I know a lot of people that are watching this video are watch enthusiasts, watch collectors, you know, or watch fanatics. And, you know, we see the micro brand world and all these models, and we see gray market Hamiltons, and, you know, for $600 with, you know, Valju 7750 or Edda 2824 movements. And we're like, how is this company producing a quartz movement for almost $700? Well, all right, now, you don't have to understand or take my opinion on that, or take my, you know, what I'm going to tell you about it for truth. You know, if you don't like the watch and you think it's overpriced, hey, it is what it is. But you have to look at certain things. One, there's always different markets out there. And just because it's a watch doesn't mean it's going to apply, you know, to the watch enthusiast market. That might not be the direction that they're heading. And as a matter of fact, they have told me they have solely focused on aesthetic and design. That is what they're going here for with this watch. Does that mean there are cheap materials in use here? Not at all. And I'll go over some of them here in a second. You have vegetable tanned leather straps. You have a case here, which I'll show you in a minute, that is custom made for them. It's actually custom made for them by a Danish brand, Mismo, because this brand, if I have not mentioned it, as I said, is made, the watch is produced in Switzerland, but the brand is Swedish. So this case, this watch case that the watch comes in, is actually specially made for them. When you look at this watch, you're not just looking at a off-the-shelf case. Nothing is off the shelf on this case at all. You can see the brushing here on the side of the case. Now this design, this ribbing or knurling, is actually inspired by vintage cameras. That's where they got the idea from that. You can see you have a semi-hollow crown here, and then it has the Bravur logo on the inside. Okay, so then you take a look at the dial. I don't know about you. Have you seen those hands before? Maybe, and maybe I have. Maybe I have seen them, and maybe you've seen them, and I just can't remember. But they're definitely not like super stock hands. That dial definitely had to be completely custom made. They're going with a domed sapphire crystal. So everything about this watch is custom, basically. These straps could be obviously interchangeable, but they're a very nice strap, and they also have a dual deployant. So maybe that helps you look at that $700, almost $700, $662 price point a little better. Again, I'm not here to try and convince you. I'm here to try and convey as much information and give you my opinion on the watch. Personally, I think this watch looks great. Do I have some, comments about it? Yeah. I don't mind that the dial has those applied steel markers, that are so deeply cut into the dial like that. It gives it a great look. It is a very fashion element. It is very nice. There's only lume at the little tips of the hands. I tried my best to get a lume shot of this watch, which you'll see in the full review at watchreport.com. Click the eye on the video here. It's in the upper right hand corner, and I'll take you over to the full review. But obviously there's hardly any lume on there. How am I even, it barely shows up, let alone trying to photograph it. So I don't understand, just don't go with lume at all. Just make it a non-lume watch. To me, applying that a little bit amount of lume at the tips and the hands does absolutely nothing. I don't have a problem with the size. I think 41 millimeters is a great size for this style of watch. If you're somebody that likes a big watch, obviously this one is not going to be for you. Not much else I could say there. If you like a more contemporary sized piece, I think this is going to work. With the lack of a bezel, it's going to play a little larger, because it's mostly all dial. As I said, it comes with this very, very nice leather case. You can open it up here. This is where your watch comes in, and then you have a warranty card here, and there's a little microfiber cloth. This is a very nice little case. Obviously it can be used as a travel case, but it's really only going to be used for just one watch. But if you want to use it for other watches and just want to keep it safe, if you're traveling with, two watches, well, you're going to carry, travel with the one on your wrist, and then you could put, your other one safely in there and keep it protected. Let me show it to you on my 7.5-inch wrist. There's a look on my 7.5-inch wrist. As you can see, 48 millimeters, this is going to be great, 48 millimeter lug to lug, if you have small wrists, obviously, this is going to be perfect. If you like a smaller watch, and I really don't want to call it too small of a watch, because as I said, without that bezel, it's all dial. It's a nice sized piece. As you can see, like I said, you have that dual deployant clasp on there. It's going to make your leather strap hold up for a lot longer, because you're not going to be pulling it on and off all the time. Now, as I said, we've talked about the price here, and we've talked about the design and the look of this watch, and what the view of the company is. They're not going right now for that high-end movement. I believe they're going to have an automatic coming out, you know, towards the end of the year. I'm not sure what movement they're going to be using. If they want to, you know, still stay with Swiss made, obviously it's going to have to be, you know, like a Swiss Edda 2824. And the price is probably going to be, you know, about $1,000. Now, that's not a huge price hike if you're looking at almost $700 for this. But if you're, you know, don't mind a quartz watch and, you know, you like more of the aesthetic and the design, you know, this might be a watch you want to look at. As I said, a lot of different color combinations. There's a white dial, there's a black dial, there's a couple other dial colors I can't remember offhand. A lot of different strap options here. And so, you know, if you don't like this anthracite gray dial with, you know, those dark turquoise hands, I personally do, because it's different. It's not something you see every day. And I think that's what attracted me to this particular model for review. You know, the company says that it's made in small quantities in Switzerland. I can't, you know, confirm that one way or another. I don't know if any part of this watch was, you know, produced in China. Personally, I mean, at $700 with the 715 quartz, I hope not. But, you know, hey, we know what the laws are for Swiss made and for a watch to say Swiss made. So if they're telling me that it's made, you know, completely in Switzerland, I gotta take them at their word. I gotta say, I do like the watch. I can't say otherwise. I like the look. I like the feel on the wrist. It is very, very comfortable. If you want to check out more, click the eye here in the video. It's in the upper right hand side of the screen. Click it, take you over to the full review on watchreport.com. As always, leave a like or a comment here on our YouTube channel. Please be respectful with your comments. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are not. You will never miss another review. And again, as I said in the last video, why would you want to miss a review from watchreport.com? Follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram. We'd like to see you over there, and you can check out what we post daily. This has been a look at the Bravur Watches BW001 with the anthracite gray dial. This has been Don Evans for watchreport.com. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you very much.